That would be helpful. Oops, I unpinned myself. All right, perfect. Good morning, my Saturday morning yogis. How are you? If you get a chance, grab a block. And you're going to place that block right in between your knees so that you can sit, your pelvis can sit on the block. So you can have it on baby bear, you can have it on mama bear, wherever you are, but I want you to feel comfortable. It almost is your tailbone is actually on this block, just so that you can feel a little comfortable. See if you can work your feet closer to your glutes, to your thighs, and then just place your hands in that little mudra, just the thumbs and the index fingers together, and just place them right down on your knees and close your eyes. Just welcoming in this new day. In the east, it's a little snowy, a little rainy. We're going to let that wash us away at the end of class during meditation about rain and how it can cleanse you, not just emotionally, but physically. So just start to take some breaths in and just arrive here in this space that's safe, in this space that should feel like home. And start to feel your breath just come in and out. And if you can, visualize the path that it takes. Some people visualize it in this kind of oval. Some people visualize it in a circle. But take a minute, just notice when you inhale, where does the breath go? Follow it with your thoughts. And then as you exhale out, follow it. And what type of shape does it take? And now start to deepen that breath, filling that chest up nice and big, all the way up to the top of the clavicles, and exhaling that all the way out, watching that belly button pin back towards your spinal cord. Inhale, lengthen the spine, crown of the head grows to the sky. Exhale, watch your rib cage kind of collapse and knit in. Inhale, big and wide, nice deep breath. Exhale it all out. Take notice of what happens to you as you sit here with your eyes closed, just focusing in on your breath, watching the pattern, watching your rhythm. And notice now how your body starts to become a little bit more connected with your mat, a little more connected with your mind. All of those little nerve endings along your spinal cord start to become calmer. Your parasympathetic nerve starts to relax. Take notice of if you're holding any place in your body. Maybe you're holding tightness in your feet, maybe in your hands, maybe in your shoulders or your neck today. With the breath, allow that tightness to just move away, sending it along with your breath. Now take one more inhale, nice and big. One more exhale, nice and long and deep out. And then just gently open your eyes here. Let go of your mudra. Place your hands right on your knees or your thighs for a moment. Just take a breath here again. Lengthen the spine with your breath. And then if you can, just take your fingertips right to the mat for a moment. Just walk them out as far as they can go. With you sitting on the block, you're probably not going to get very far, but that's okay. And then gently take your left hand, place it on your right knee, and walk those right fingertips behind you. Just a little twist here. Again, originating the twist from the upper thoracic spine, not from your lower spine. That doesn't twist. Stays put. And then slowly, let's just walk the hands and let's turn, placing the right hand now on that left knee. Again, inhale, lengthen to your spine. Exhale into the twist. You might hear some little cricks and crinkles here. That's okay. Just opening the body. Let's do that one more time. Walking your hands out to the other side. Again, inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, turn and twist, maybe looking behind that right shoulder. And then slowly in your next inhale, last time, walking over now to the left side. Again, inhale, make space, and then exhale and twist. So you need that inhale to make the space so that you can actually twist. Beautiful. Come center. We're going to kind of put the culmination of our entire February together with our wrists and a little bit of our shoulders. So we're going to do a little bit for our wrists first. We're going to actually, as I said, do a little flexing with our wrists. So I'm going to ask everyone to just bring their hand or their arms out into a T. Make sure that the palms are in alignment with your shoulder blades. And now just make a fist. So I want the thumb to go down towards the palm, and then the fingers, the other four fingers, curl over that thumb. And all we're going to do is circle backwards, little tiny baby circles, nothing much, just kind of warming up that shoulder girdle. That's it. And then as we do this, now we're going to stay in keeping these shoulder circles going, but we're now going to point the fists down towards the floor. See how that feels in possibly the bottoms of your forearms. Just breathe here. That's it. You might start to feel a little tensing, a little tightness, because this is making your shoulder blades work, but we're also lubricating the shoulder blades. And now gently come to a stop. Flip the palms, or not palms, but flip your fists so they see the ceiling, and let's shoulder roll forwards. That's it, just getting into it another direction. So you can make these small, you can make them big, wherever your body is calling and telling you, okay, I can do this, or today I'm gonna make them tiny, no big deal. And then as you're ready, nice and slowly circling as well, send those finger or the knuckles up to the sky. So you're bringing those fingertips towards your ears. And again, you're circling forward with the shoulders. Breathe. Do 3 more shoulder circles. Beautiful. And then slowly just place the hands back down onto your thighs, and just bring your right shoulder up to your ear. Work it behind you. Allow it to gently melt down your back. Bring the left ear up or the left shoulder up to your ear, and let that melt down your back as well. So now the shoulder blades are behind you. Take a breath here, and gently now take your, make your fists again. And I want you to place the fists, I gotta take my glasses off for this, right on your, I guess they're your fists, right on your temples, all right? So first, just on your inhale, send your elbows behind you, kind of look up, that's it, breathe on that inhale. And then on the exhale, let's bring the elbows together. Right now your fists come onto your face. Inhale, open it up, that's it. Shoulders and elbows behind you. Exhale, bring them together. That's it. And just go back and forth, inhaling, opening wide, exhaling, bringing those elbows together if you can. Inhale, out to the side, keep breathing. Exhale, everything comes in. Inhale, open. Exhale. Last time, inhale and open. Hold here for a moment. Breathe. And then slowly, let's bring those hands back down onto the thighs. Bring your shoulder blade up, or your shoulder up to your right ear, and then send it behind you. Same thing with the left ear, send it behind you. That kind of allows a little bit of a relaxation in the shoulder girdle. All right, gently now, we're going to bring our hands out in front of us. Our elbows are bent at a 90 degrees, and they're really, really pinning in towards your waist. And again, we're gonna make some fists. So again, thumb first, the 4 fingers over the fist. And now all we're gonna do on your inhale, bring the fists towards you, And on your exhale, bring the fists down towards your knees. Try not to move any of this, your forearm. On your inhale, bring those knuckles up towards your chin. Exhale those knuckles down towards your knees. And just keep going back and forth with this. Feel what happens to your forearms. You're trying to make sure those forearms are not moving. You're just moving from the wrist. Beautiful. And now slowly place your hands back down onto your thighs for a second. Just maybe take both shoulders, bring them to your ears, and then send them behind you. And this time, bring the ears or bring the shoulders up and send them forward. So forward shoulder rolls. And then the next time, let's bring those shoulder rolls to the back, just allowing those shoulders to let go, giving them a little bit of relaxation. Beautiful. Last wrist exercise, and then we're going to flow, and we're going to put lots of things together. So you're just going to take your hand, you're going to press them all the way out in front of you. So fingertips are spread nice and wide, like a starfish. Press the heels of the hands to the front. Bring your fingertips back towards your face. Again, getting back into the wrists, back into the forearms. And now all I'm going to ask you to think about is if you were opening a doorknob. So you're going to turn those fingertips in towards each other and then open them out. That's it. Maybe those little pinkies can touch at the bottom. Inhale. Maybe your pointer fingers can touch. Exhale, turn. Now you're not just getting into your wrist, you're also getting into your shoulders. That's it, just breathe. Just making circles, that's it. Keep pressing the heels of the hands forward and the fingertips back toward your face. Take one more breath here, that's it. And let's bring those hands back down to the mat, beautiful. Let's pop off your block here for a moment. Bring your legs into Sukhasana, nice little easy pose here. Maybe shake those knees out a little bit because sometimes that can be tough to sit on a block for a long time. Sometimes easy pose can be tough, but for right now, wherever you are, if it's tough, place those blocks under those knees. Again, it helps relax the inside abductors on the insides of your groin. And then slowly on your next inhale, let's raise those arms up to the sky. That's it. Drop the shoulder blades intentionally. Press the index finger up to the sky, and on your exhale, we're just going to fold forward. See if you can keep anchoring those sit bones down to the mat. Come to the fingertops, not onto the finger or not onto the palm of the hand, just the fingertops. That's it. Breathe here. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Lengthen through the spine. Think of it in this one beautiful diagonal line. And then on your exhale, if you can, place those forearms down on the mat. If they don't fall, no worries. Just breathe here. Keep anchoring sit bones down. If your sit bones start to raise away from the floor or the mat, I want you to back up. Walk your hands a little closer to your legs. As you're ready, extend up to the fingertops one more time, and then gently walk yourself back. Take one breath, and let's take the back leg, place it in the front of the front leg. And again, sometimes it's heel to heel, it's shin to shin. Sometimes people don't even feel comfortable in this, so you can sit on a block and do the same thing. As you're ready, here we go. Inhale, arms up to the sky, intentionally drop the shoulders. Feel how you get that engagement into that shoulder girdle. On your exhale, let's fold forward. One side always may feel a little different. Come to the fingertops here first. And then slowly, we're going to walk our fingertips all the way over to the left. Now, anchor that right sit bone down. Breathe into this. Feel the length running down now that right side body. And then slowly, let's come center. Walk with your inhale into the center. And then on your exhale, let's walk all the way over to the right. One side may feel tighter. Just take note of it. This side is always tighter for me. Think about allowing those shoulder blades to drip away from your ears. And then gently inhale, come center onto those fingertips, and then walk yourself back. Beautiful. If you have a chance now, make sure you have both your blocks. Let's bring the blocks up to the front of the mat. We're going to use them later. Let's come into all fours. Coming into a nice little table. Let's stack the table intentionally, making sure hips are over knees, shoulders are over wrists. Spread those fingers nice and wide. On your exhale now, press your right fingertips towards the, or fingertips, your right toe tips to the back of the mat. That's it, just breathe. As you're ready, inhale that right foot right up off the mat. Press the right heel behind you, and then inhale the left hand in front. Send those fingertips as far out and away from you as you can. So get long. Think about where your belly button is. Draw it in towards your navel, or draw it into towards your spine. And then on your exhale, let's place the hand and that right knee back down on the mat. Take a breath, and then slowly come into a nice little cow. Breathing forward, that's it. And then exhale into that cat. Press through the hand. Breathe. Inhale, come back into center table. Slowly exhale, left toe tips to the back of the mat. So first, just center yourself, get your balance. When you're ready, inhale, left foot right up off the mat. Press the left heel like you could press the wall away. Once you're balanced, inhale, right arm all the way out. Stretch. Send that index finger to that front wall. Get long. And then exhale that right hand down. Exhale the left knee down. Take a breath. Bring your feet or your knees as wide as the outer edges of your mat. Big toes touch. And just shift your weight back. Coming into a nice little child's pose. This time, take your forehead, your third eye chakra, place it on the mat, and then send your arms behind you so that the tops of your hands are on the mat, allowing the shoulders to just drop out of the socket and relax for a moment. This is a great time to connect with either a thought, connect with what you need and what you're asking for when you come to your mat every day. Just breathe into this. Feel the opening in the back body as the breath is nice and wide by your tailbone. Feel the relaxation on the exhale. As you're ready, inhale, gaze up forward, come back into your table. Let's do one round of cat and cow with extended arms. So when you're ready, inhale into your cow, exhale into your cat. And this time, let's place the forearms down onto the mat. That's it. So just bring those forearms down onto the mat. We're going to walk your right foot out, your left foot out, and we are now in forearm plank. Anytime you need to drop down on your knees, do it. But we're going to do some knee hovers in forearm plank. So when you're ready, just hover those knees. You can even look behind you. Hover the knees towards the mat. Hold. We're engaging the core here. Your gaze is right down in between your forearms. And then on your exhale, extend the legs back into a regular forearm plank. Exhale, there we go. Next time, drop the knees. Not drop them totally, but hover them. Sorry. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, hover the knees. Inhale, straighten and slowly drop your torso to the mat, coming into a beautiful sphinx. Inhale the heart. Press the heart through the shoulders. Press the shoulder blades back down behind you. Your hands are open like starfish. Kind of claw the mat, pulling the mat, the front of the mat, back towards your pelvis. If that makes sense. Pressing that pelvis in towards the mat. That's it. Just breathe. Beautiful little sphinx here. When you're ready, nice and slowly, tuck your toes. And let's come back into the forearm plank. Breathe here. And then drop your knees down to the mat. Walk your knees a little closer towards your elbows so that we can come into puppy pose. So your hips are directly over your knees. Walk your hands all the way out in front and then lower that forehead or third eye chakra down to the mat. Coming into Puppy pose here, just breathe. And gently tucking those toes, look forward. Nice and slowly, you're gonna place your right foot in between your hands. Bring your left foot to meet it. Coming into your first Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, let's root to rise. Let's come all the way up to the top. Coming into mountain, bring your hands into prayer. Close your eyes for a moment and just settle yourself. Settle your intention. Connect the breath with your thoughts. And now we're going to begin to flow. So as you're ready, inhale, arms float back up into mountain. Take a breath. Look up to the hands and then breathe those arms into goddess. Press your heart up to the sky. Little tiny baby back bend here. Inhale, arms float back up to the sky. Only to exhale, let's fold forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Generous bend in the knee, belly onto the thighs. As you're ready, you can either look forward, coming to the fingertips, lengthening through the spine this way, or you can bring your hands to your shins, coming into halfway lift. If your hands are on your shins, press the hamstrings behind you. On your exhale, let your hands graze back down to the mat, only to root to rise, coming all the way back up. Mountain. Exhale the hands into the goddess or the cactus. Look up, baby back bend. Inhale, fingertips float back up, only to exhale, forward fold. Take a breath here in Uttanasana. And then inhale, look forward or halfway lift. And then exhale, last time, let's root to rise, coming all the way up. Take a breath. Beautiful, bring your hands into prayer. Your prayer hands into your heart. Just gaze forward for a moment and then slowly, hands to the hips. You're going to take a nice step back with your right foot and we're going to come into warrior two. So just step back with that warrior two. Get yourself set. Heel to heel, heel to inner arch, front knee. That left knee is over the left ankle. This time, take your hands, press your heels of the hands out to the sides of the room where the fingertips see the sky. Just breathe here. Breathe into this. Start to drop down in that front knee a little bit. This is a warrior pose. It can be fierce. It's meant to be strong. Think about where your navel center is. Bring it and tuck it back into the spinal cord. Think about extending your arms out of that chest area. Breathe. And now nice and slowly, let's flip that front palm coming into that beautiful reverse warrior. Take a breath. Inhale now into extended side angle. We're going to come into a different extended side angle. Let's see if we can get those left fingertips on the inside and right onto the mat. And then that right arm floats to the sky, not over your ear, right to the sky. Breathe. Inhale, let's float forward into warrior two. Press the sides of the rooms away. Breathe. Inhale into your beautiful reverse warrior. That's it, gorgeous. Exhale, let's come into that extended side angle. Left fingertips on the inside, graze the floor. If you can, look up to the ceiling. Take a breath. Beautiful. Inhale, come back into your warrior two. Straighten the front leg, turn the toes of that left foot so that they're parallel with the toes of the right foot. Hands come onto the hips for a moment. I want you to inhale that heart to the sky and then slowly let's take those, interlace those hands behind you. Now your chest floats all the way to the sky. You can look up to the ceiling. Really, really think about lifting the knuckles of the hands up off of your glutes. And then slowly on your exhale, we're going to forward fold all the way over. Knuckles float to the sky. Pinning those shoulder blades together like you had that pencil back there. Breathe. Feel the opening in the hamstrings. Allowing the crown of the head to see the earth. Keep pinning those shoulder blades together And then on your next exhale, place your hands down onto the mat, onto finger tops. When you're ready, extend your arms and come into a halfway lift here. That's it, just breathe. And now slowly bending that right knee, send the toes of the right foot over to the corner and take the toes of the left foot. Now the left leg is nice and extended. Toes of the left foot see the sky. This is called Skandasana. When you're ready, we're going to change. So toes of the left foot see that corner. Extend the right leg, right toes see the sky. Nice stretch on the inside of that abductor. With your breath, travel to the other side. That's it. Inhale with your breath, travel over to the left. One more time. Toes of the right foot see the sky. Inhale, come center now. Make sure your feet are parallel with the outer edges of the mat and extend the legs. That's it. Breathe. You're in a wide forward fold. Inhale, arms float out to the side. So again, you're just folded in half. Just breathe here. Think about the crown of the head in one straight line with your tailbone. Breathe. On your exhale, bring your hands back down to the mat. And then inhale that right foot to the back of the mat so that it looks like you can come into warrior two. And then when you're ready, inhale yourself all the way up. I'm sorry about my phone. We're just going to let it go. Take a breath here. In warrior two, as you're ready, press your hands away. Keep pressing those palms right to the front of the room, to the back of the room. Start to bend that front knee. Keep holding here. Think about where your belly button is. Breathe. And then slowly on your inhale, let's reverse that into reverse warrior. Taking a breath. Beautiful. On your exhale, let's come into that, coming through warrior two, into extended side angle. Place the fingertips of the right hand right on the inside of that right foot. If you can, look up to the left fingers. As you're ready, inhale, come back in through your warrior two. Press away those walls. Breathe. And then inhale into your reverse or your peaceful warrior. Breathe. Send that left hand down that left leg. Feel the opening on that right side body, only to come forward through warrior two, to exhale and come into side angle. Breathe. Take a breath. Look up at those fingertips. And then inhale, coming back into your warrior. Let's extend the right leg. Take that right foot now. Oh my goodness. So you're going to come into goddess now. I have to turn my phone off as you can hear it. So come into goddess, take a breath. Hold in goddess for one moment. I want you to send those knees back towards the back of the room. That's it. Shift and make sure that the elbows are in alignment with your shoulder blades. Just a little goddess. When you're ready, take a breath here. Extend the legs, extend the arms. Breathe. 5-pointed star. On your exhale, come back into your goddess. That's it. Now lift that right heel. We're going to do some right heel poses. So for 10. So when you're ready, drop the heel, lift the heel. That's 1, 2. Sit lower. 3, 4. Sit lower. 5, 6. Sit lower. 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Take one breath. Drop the heel. Inhale. Extend the arms. Extend the legs. Get long. And then on the exhale, drop back into your goddess. Second side. Pick up the left heel. Let's pulse it down for 10, 9. Sit lower. 8, 7, 6. Sit lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down. Hold into goddess. And then slowly on your inhale, extend everything back up. Beautiful. Take one more breath. Bring your hands to your hips for a moment. Bend the knees. Place the hands onto the insides of your thighs now and just drop that right shoulder down towards the mat. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale, come center. Exhale, left shoulder drips. Inhale, center. Right shoulder drips down to the mat. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder drips down. Beautiful. Come back to center. Take a second. Place the hands down onto the floor and extend the legs. Toes are still pointed out to the sides of the mat. Feel this nice, beautiful extension. When you're ready, turn your right foot in a 45-degree angle. Turn your left foot to the front of the mat. And let's just come into a low lunge. Take a breath here. Breathe. When you're ready, bring that right foot back up to meet the left. Uttanasana, forward fold. Grab onto your elbows. Let your head go. Belly to thighs. Breathe into this. Think that the crown of the head should be facing your mat. One straight line. When you're ready, place the fingertips onto the floor to halfway lift or onto your shins. And then slowly on your new inhale, let's root to rise. Let's come all the way up. Hands come into prayer at the top. And then bring your prayer hands to your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Again, returning to your intention. Feel the breath come in. Feel the breath go out. Hands come back onto the hips. And now nice and slowly, we're going to take a step back with the right foot and come into warrior one this time. So to come into warrior one, you have to make sure that your left foot is in the left lane, your right foot is in the right lane of your mat. Make sure that your hips are square to the front of your mat. So that means if your right hip is jutting out to the right, shorten your stance a little bit. Take your right hand and really press that right hip to the front. Gently inhale, arms float to the sky. Your front knee is bent. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Take a breath here. Feel the alignment of your body. Shift your left hip back, your right hip forward. On your exhale, hands come and interlace behind you. See if you can interlace those hands one digit over. Send those shoulder blades together. Lift the knuckles up off of your glutes. And on your next exhale, we're going to fold over into the humble warrior. So left shoulder is going to drip on the inside or on top of that left knee. Again, pinning those shoulder blades together. The head is dropping. Relax the neck. Relax the jaw. Breathe. Take one more inhale. And then slowly allow those knuckles to help you come all the way back up into that warrior one. Arms float to the sky. Take a breath. Next, inhale, extend that left leg. Straighten it up. Beautiful. And then slowly we're going to fold forward and hold while we're basically in half. That's it. Hold right here in half. Send those fingertips all the way out in front of you. If you want to use your blocks here, you can. If not, place the fingertips down on the mat. Coming into Parshvottanasana. Nice little pyramid pose. Inhale. Come to the fingertips. Look forward. Lengthen the spine. And then on the exhale, drape over that left leg. Again, shift the left hip back. Right hip forward. Right foot is in a 45-degree angle. Breathe. Taking a breath now. Start to come up a little tiny bit. Sliding that right hand to the outside of that left ankle or left foot or left calf. I want you to extend the left arm behind you. So I want you to twist. Don't do anything with that left hand just yet. Just twist the torso over to the left. Think long spine. And then bend that left elbow, placing that left hand right on the lower lumbar spine. Revolved triangle here, breathe. Beautiful. On your exhale, start to bend the front knee. Frame that front foot with your hands. Turn onto the toe of that back foot. And let's breathe that right foot all the way back up to meet the left. Beautiful. On your inhale, come into halfway lift. Raise those hands back down to the mat. Root to rise, coming all the way up to the top. Into mountain. Hands or arms come into cactus. That's it. Look up. Open your heart. Open that throat chakra. Inhale, arms float to the sky one more time. And then on the exhale, hands come onto the hips. We're going to take a step back now with the left foot coming into warrior one. That's it. So again, you have to look and make sure that your feet are in the right lane. So again, right knee is over the right ankle. Your hands are on your hips. If your left hip is pinning to the back, press it forward, allowing that right hip to pin backwards. Take a breath. Inhale, arms float up to the sky. Really press down through the knife edge of that front foot, drop down into that front knee. Virabhadrasana 1. It's fierce. And we're breathing. There's nowhere else to be. On your exhale, let's interlace those hands behind you, setting ourselves up for humble warrior. So first, hands behind you, pin the shoulder blades together, open the heart, lift the knuckles or fists up off your glutes, and then on your exhale, let's fold forward, right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Breathe. Head is heavy, shoulder blades are pinned together. See if you can actually relax into this and breathe. See if you can get your breath, your inhale to be even with your exhale. And now gently let those knuckles bring us all the way back up. Warrior 1. Inhale, the arms float to the sky. Let's exhale and extend or straighten that front leg. And now slowly, let's fold in half, coming into that kind of halfway thing. Separate those shoulder blades off the shoulders. Send the fingers as far as they can go. And then on your exhale, allow those fingertips to drip to the mat or your blocks. Okay, think about this again. Right hip back, left hip forward. Come to the fingertips, look forward. Inhale, long length and space. Exhale and fold into this pyramid or Parsvottanasana. Breathe. See if you can find a sense of peace, a sense of letting go when you're in this asana. And then gently come to those finger tops. Extend from the spine. Take the left hand, place it all the way wherever you like it on your right calf, your right ankle, your foot. Then send the right arm out behind you. Turn the torso over to the right. That's it. Sending those left rib cages up to the sky. And then bending that right arm, placing the palm right on your tailbone. Nice big twist. Think about making sure that that front leg is nice and straight. It's a twist. It's a revolving asana. And then slowly on your exhale, look down at that front foot. Bend the front knee, frame the front foot with those hands. Turn and come into a little lunge at the back of the mat. Press that left heel behind you. And then slowly, let's bring that left foot up to meet the right. Coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Take a breath here. Grab your elbows. Does one leg feel longer than the other? Just take note of what's going on in your body. That's it, breathe. And now slowly, if you want, just Maybe start to spin side to side, rocking your hips while your hands are still in ragdoll. Just opening up the back body a tiny little bit. And then gently bring those fingertips to the floor. Look forward, lengthen the spine or come into halfway lift. And then slowly let's root to rise, coming all the way up to the top. Bringing your hands into prayer and then your prayer hands into your heart. Close your eyes. Allow the breath to come back naturally. Just settling yourself into your intention. Feeling rooted, feeling like you're at home. And then slowly open those eyes. Take a nice breath here. Because we're going to now work into Warrior 3. And we're going to try to make the culmination of this whole thing into dancer's pose. And I don't know if you guys have been in dancers before, but you need a lot of concentration. My one little tip or a little piece of advice, when we come into dancer, find a focus on the floor, just like you do when you come into tree or you come into Warrior 3. So let's just try this. When you're ready, hands onto your hips, and then bend that right knee. So that's it. Bring that right foot right up off the floor, bending that right knee, taking a breath here. So we're going to come through Warrior 3. So hands at your heart now. Start to find that drishti down on the mat. On your exhale, you're going to dip forward. This may be where you want your blocks. And then shoot that right leg out, coming into Warrior 3. Bring your hands to your blocks. Take a breath. Look back at that right foot. Make sure the right toes see the floor. And then slowly just bend the right knee. And now bring that right knee right into your nose. That's it. And then on your exhale, let's extend it out. Breathe. Inhale, right knee to nose. Making a tiny little crunch. Exhale and extend. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale and extend. And then slowly, this time, bend the knee and just give me 3 Shiva squats. So you're going to take that right knee outside of the left knee, bending the left knee, Shiva squat. Extend the right leg out. Bend the right knee, Shiva squats. Extend the right leg out. Last time. Bend the right knee, Shiva squat. Inhale, that's it. Extend that leg out. Okay, if you can now, bend the right knee, bring your hands to your heart, and let's come to standing, bringing that right knee right back up in front of you, trying not to touch down. If you did, no big deal. Take a breath, beautiful. On your exhale, place that right foot down on the mat. Take a breath, hands to hips, shake it out, maybe make some little hula hoops. So we're gonna come into tree here. We're going to try to do tree with twisting. So, all right, we're going to try to stand on the same side. So root down through the left leg. Inhale the right knee up. That's it, beautiful. On your exhale, grab that right ankle. Place it as high as you can get it up into your right or your left thigh, excuse me. Breathe. Hands onto your hips. Taking a breath. And then breathe the hands out into a T. Ooh, I'm already a little unsteady. On your inhale now, turn and twist over to the right. Slowly come back into center. Slowly turn and twist to the left. Arms are still in a T. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Breathe your arms up into branches. Hold if you can. And then gently breathe those hands into your heart. And slowly place that right foot down onto the mat. Shake it out. Again, maybe a little hula hoop. Just rock side to side. Beautiful. All right, let's set for dancer now. Okay, to come into dancer, all I'm gonna ask you to do is standing on that left foot, like really anchored down into that left foot, spread the left toes, feel as though you have a nice tree trunk through this left leg. Just breathe yourself up and then bend the right knee and grab the ankle so that the right heel is close to your right buttocks. Then as you're ready, we're gonna peel ourselves down towards the floor. Left hand comes out. See if you can feel like you can press the right heel up to the ceiling. Extending that left arm. Dancers, breathe. And then when you're ready, slowly come out. I fell out of it. Take a breath. Let's try that one more time. So anchor in, left leg. Grab the right foot. First, just coming into that quad stretch. This time, let's do this a little differently. Breathe the left arm all the way to the sky. Feel that quad stretch, pressing that right heel down or towards your glute. And then slowly, let's just shift our weight forward, pressing that right foot to the sky. Breathe. And slowly coming out of it. Beautiful. Take a breath. Those are not easy, understood. Shimmy those hips out a little bit. Come back to the front of your mat. Take a breath. Bring your hands to your heart. Close your eyes and let go of whatever happened prior to this present moment that you're standing with your hands into Anjali Mudra. So if you fell out, who cares? There's always a second side. And as you know, one side can always be different than the other. All right, here we are. We're going to come now into that warrior three. So with your hands at your heart, root down through the right foot. Take a breath. Come to the toes of the left foot. Start to bend that left knee now. That's it. All of a sudden, your heart floats to the floor. That's it. Breathe. Warrior three. Once you're here, place your hands on your block. Look back now at that left toes. Are they pointing down? So if they're not, if they're pointing out to the side, really make an effort to turn your hips forward. Beautiful. When you're ready, bend that left knee and bring that left knee right into your nose. And then extend it out. Bend it in, bring it right into your nose. Hollow up through that belly. Exhale. Inhale, last time. Exhale it out. And now bend the knee. And now give me 3 Shiva squats. So left knee outside of right knee, bent right knee. Extend. And bend, Shiva squat. Extend. And bend, Shiva squat. Extend. Hold it there for a moment. Now, bend that left knee. See if you can bring your hands to your heart and let's pull that left knee up towards us. Try not to get that left foot down onto the mat. Beautiful. Take a breath here. And then when you're ready, take it down, shake it out. Gorgeous. We're going to come into tree on this side. So when you're ready, hands to hips, root down through the right leg. Breathe the left knee up. Breathe the left knee out to the back. Grab onto that left ankle, placing that left foot right up into the right groin. Get settled first. And then once you're settled, arms out into a T. Breathe. On your exhale now, turn and twist. Look left. Nice and slowly. Take your time. Inhale back to center. Exhale, turn and twist right. Take your time, inhale back to center. If you can, breathe those branches up to the sky. On your exhale, hands into your heart. Take that foot, bring it in front of you, and then exhale the foot down. Woo. That right leg takes a lot of heat, right? So shake it out, get into your hips, whatever you need to do, because we're gonna try to come into that dancers now on the opposite side. Okay, so standing and rooting through that right foot this time, little tiny micro bend in that right knee. Start to bend the left knee, grab the left ankle with the left hand. So that left foot has to be flexed. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. And then exhale, find that drishti, that place of focus. Start to drift down, pressing that left heel up to the sky. And then slowly dropping back down, take a breath. Beautiful. Taking a breath, we're gonna do that one more time on the side. So really try to focus in, standing on that right leg, making it strong like a tree trunk. Bending the left knee, grabbing that left ankle. Inhaling the right arm up to the sky. Really make sure that that left foot is nice and extended, and then start to drop down. Pressing that left foot up to the ceiling. And then exhale. Come on out of it. Beautiful. Shake it out. Those are so tough. Maybe next time we'll try them with a strap. Sometimes when you strap up your foot, it's a little easier to send the foot to the sky. We did it kind of free form this time, so that's a good thing. All right, coming back to the front of the mat, bring your hands into your heart. Walk your feet out so that you can come into Malasana squat. So your heels are on the mat, your toes may be off the mat. On your exhale, let's start to bend those knees. Nice straight spine. If you need to, grab your block. Like today, maybe today is not the day you want to come into Malasana squat. Sit on your block, just breathe. But I want you to think, lengthen your spine, pressing those knees out to the back of the room. Breathe here. And then slowly on your exhale, walk your hands in front, okay? So that your shoulders are in alignment with your knees. Just breathe here. And now, lift your gaze, lift your hands, bring your hands in the front, palms face each other, spine nice and long, and then exhale that behind all the way down to the mat to inhale the legs off the mat, coming into your boat Navasana, taking a breath. Let's take a second. I want you to, while you're here, just shake your wrists out. Your wrists did a lot of work today. Maybe shake your ankles out. So shake it all out here. You're engaging your abs while you're in this boat. And then slowly come back in. Take a breath. Place your hands behind your knees. Place your feet down onto the mat. Walk your feet open a little bit. Grab onto your elbows and press, or your knees, I'm sorry, your elbows grab your knees. And press your heart through those legs. Get your shoulder blades to drip down your back. So your spine is one beautiful straight spine. Make sure it's not like a C or a little duck butt. You want a nice, big, long spine. Gorgeous. On your exhale, feet stay planted on the mat. Arms come out, and we're going to lower down for 10, 9, 8. Think space between your chin and your chest. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale the arms so that they see the sky. And now we're going to raise up. Here we go. Chin to chest. Lift your head. We're going to try to come back into that sitting position that we just came out of. That's it. Keep going. Beautiful. Let's exhale it down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands see the sky. Now lift the feet up off the mat. Let's come into this dead bug here for a moment. So if you feel like you could stay in this pose forever, I want you to press your heels further towards the front of the room until you feel the engagement in your abs. Once you feel the engagement out in your abs, I want you to tuck your tail so that you can get your entire spinal cord down on the mat and just hold. This is like doing crunches or sit-ups. You're getting the same workout, we're just not moving, we're holding. Breathe. Beautiful. On your exhale, place your left foot on the floor, extend your right leg to the sky. Grab wherever you can. Grab behind the thigh, grab your calf, grab your ankle, grab your toe with yogi toe lock, wherever you are. Start to pull or press those right toes behind you. Feel that nice length in the hamstring. If you have a little shaking going on here, that's fine. Make sure your shoulder blades are down on the mat, your head and your neck down on the mat. Beautiful. On your inhale, bend that knee. Place that knee, place that right foot on top of the left thigh. Press the right knee to the front of the room. All right, once you're here, keep pressing. All I want you to do now is drop that right foot over to the floor. The left knee is going to go with it. And then if you can, bring your arms out into a T and look to that right fingertip. Little knee down twist. You should feel it in the hip flexor, that right hip flexor. You guys did a lot of work today. Thanks for hanging in with me. On your inhale, bring your head back center, engaging your abs. Bring your legs back up to center. Place the right foot on the floor. Inhale, left leg high. Grab wherever you'd like. Wherever you're comfortable, just make sure that the shoulder blades still stay on the floor. Keep working those toes back behind you. Breathing into this, trying to make your in-breath as smooth as your out-breath. And then gently bending that knee, placing that foot on top of the right knee, pressing your left hand into the left knee. Open that hip. Nice stretch on that left hip. And then as you're ready, taking that left heel now, let's place that left heel onto the mat. The right knee will follow. Inhale, arms into a T, and send your gaze to your left fingertips. And think about just softening into this. With each exhale, your body becomes a little bit more relaxed. Almost like you could meditate in this pose. And gently bringing your gaze back up to center, using your abdominal muscles to bring the legs back in. Place your hands on your belly and bring the soles of your feet to touch with your knees bent, coming into Supta Baddha Konasana on the floor, or supine Supta Baddha Konasana. If you'd like a little added extra stretch, take your hands, place them on the insides of your thighs and allow the weight of your hands to drop your knees and allow your thighs to open more. This is a lovely lengthening for your abductors, all those muscles on the insides of your thigh that get a lot of workout when we go into warriors. They sustain a lot of effort. And now gently bringing those knees together. Bring your knees into your chest. Grab onto both knees with your hands and make some circles. Just either tiny circles or big circles, or just now getting that sacrum to release and relax. Switch your direction. This should feel really good. It's like a little massage for yourself. And now slowly and gently, we're going to come into our Shavasana. While we're in Shavasana, I'm going to take you into a little mini meditation as well. So when you're ready, extend your left heel to the left corner, your right heel to the right corner. Let's take a small shimmy of the shoulder blades underneath of you. Palms face the ceiling, arms in a diagonal. And we're all going to take 2 cleansing breaths. I'm going to ask you to breathe in through your nose and exhale out of your mouth. One more time. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. And allow your muscles and your bones and your joints to soften into your mat. Letting each part of your body feel relaxed. No holding, no tightness. And since it was a rainy day today, I'm going to ask you to imagine the rain washing away and cleansing your emotional body. So there are times when we might feel the need to wash away all of our troubles and call forth a freshness in our life. Since perhaps the most cleansing substance on this earth is water, we can think of the joy that rain brings as an energetic bath, rejuvenating our bodies, our minds, and our souls. Just being able to spend a few moments every time it rains to become aware of the healing powers water brings to us, can renew us. As we do this, we sometimes find that we appreciate that what the universe and Mother Earth does for us is truly a gift. And sometimes it comes in the form of rain. The more we can see that a gentle rain shower is a strong reflective tool that has the ability to cleanse our entire being. The next time it rains might be a good chance for you to experience the rain through all your senses, allowing you to truly understand just how important each and every drop of water is. So the next time you see the rain, take a few minutes to look outside. Notice how each individual raindrop seems to come down in a continual stream. And by noticing this, you can contemplate how many little small accomplishments it does to create this whole of your existence, where nothing exists in isolation. And then you might wish to focus your attention on the sound of the rainfall, letting the drops penetrate your innermost recesses of yourself. Listening in this way, they bring a greater sense of connection with nature and the world around you, knowing that the sources you hear are an integral part of not just the physical substance you require, but they also nourish your spirit as well. Enjoy your Shavasana. Gently begin to bring yourself back into the room by using your sense of touch, your sense of hearing, your sense of smell. Slowly making tiny movements of your fingers, your toes, making larger movements for your wrists and your ankles. And then slowly breathing your legs together and your arms overhead and coming into a beautiful long body stretch, pointing and flexing your toes, allowing the breath to move all the way from the crown of your head to your toes and all the way back up. Knowing what it was like to feel cleansed by that rain. Pulling your knees into your chest, hugging onto them, enjoying this last moment. And then slowly rolling off onto your right side, coming into a fetal position, holding, giving gratitude for yourself, for your practice, for the people you practice with, our small little community. And knowing that the light in me sees and honors the light in you. Gently bring yourself to sitting, coming back into Sukhasana with your eyes closed, your hands into Anjali Mudra, bowing your forehead to your fingertips. Again, in honor for what you've done. Namaste, my friend.